And I think this is a powerful adjunct to what we've been talking about as it relates to purpose. The gasoline that fuels you towards your purpose. What do we mean when we say that? When we're talking about the gasoline, we're talking about an igniter, something that is combustible, something that moves towards creating an environment where more things are burning, more intense, more expanded, more capacity. That's what gasoline does. When you see a fire and you pour gasoline on it, it ignites it to an entirely different level. So when we're talking about the gasoline, we're talking about what things will ignite you to an entirely different level to accomplish what your purpose is. That's what you want to keep in mind. That's what you want to ask yourself internally. That's what you want to ask yourself when you're driving and you're waiting at the light for it to change. What things ignite me to move aggressively towards my purpose? One of those things is optimism. When you believe you can accomplish it, it's a stimuli. It excites you. It motivates you. It gets you thinking about more of it. It gets you talking about it. It gets you reading about it. It gets you listening to tapes and CDs and audios about it. You begin to meet other people and enthusiastically share it. That's what optimism does. And when you begin to do that, you come up with ideas, methods, techniques, and processes that you had not thought before until you really got immersed into it. That's what optimism does for you. Optimism removes fear. Optimism removes insecurity. Optimism moves obstacles. Obstacles are often there because we don't believe, but when we are optimistic, obstacles are removed. So when we begin to be optimistic about it, all the things that prevent us from doing it begin to disappear because the igniter, called the optimism, begins to increase. And as the optimism increases, which is the igniter, the things that cause us not to be able to create it begin to go down. Positive expectations. What do we mean when we say that? We say, what do you expect? Not what do you want? Not what would you like? Not what are you told? Not where are you going? What do you expect? What is your expectations? Because if you don't have positive expectations, you won't have positive results. Positive expectations leads to positive results. So what are your expectations? If you say, I'm going to start my own business, what is your expectations? If you say, I'm going to take my buyout and leave my job and start my own business, what is your expectations? Your expectations dictate the stimulus that creates the reality that you will ultimately walk into. An expanded growth. If you are not about expansion, you will then fail to move beyond the levels of your comfort. Expansion keeps you going up. Comfort keeps you trying to hold on. And when you're trying to hold on and not expand, your fears and insecurities begin to kick in because they make you feel that what you have, I better hold on to. Because if I don't, something bad will happen. So expanded growth means I'm about moving from where I am to an entirely different level. I'm about creating something that I have yet moved into. And you don't have to worry about going down when you're focusing on going up. And if you are trying to sustain what you have, you are in fact trying to prevent from going down. And if your focus is to prevent going down, then you are not going to go up. So it's important for you to believe that optimism, positive expectations, and expanded growth will energize, fuel, facilitate, propel, accelerate you towards that purpose. Over to you, Dr. J. Cox.